Here are the top 5 ATG exercises for muscle growth. Number 1 is the barbell back squat.
ATG is often associated with knees over toes guy. I'm so grateful for the results I've had from training, but my goals are not everyone's goals. I'm about 185 pounds. Fernando's over 200 pounds, stronger than me. He has the muscle mass that he wants, yet he's still able to go out, play basketball with us, dunk a basketball, do the splits. So we're gonna show you some live training here. His big 5 exercises that he does in his physique programs. I do some of these as well. We're gonna show you common denominators. Hopefully give you some good tools for life. I mean, here we can see, well, Connor's going hard as we speak. One of the highest jumpers in the world. We got different genetics, different goals. Squatting like this is the version I've done the most. That's probably the version you've done the most.
Yes.
Like the best thing we can do in these videos is just be 100% honest, transparent. Squatting like this, working my positioning, front loading with like 1 kettlebell or dumbbell, and then front loading with 2. This is the majority of the squatting I've done. My legs have still grown, but this would not be as capable as 315 pounds of developing muscle. Then you have the calories, the protein. So already, we're gonna keep flowing for you. You can see the context here, and Fernando's gonna show you number 2. Hopefully with these 5, just really takes the complexity out of like, how do I do ATG and develop my muscle? I use these to maintain what I'm happy with. Fernando does the same. We do it at different levels.
And a quick note, I want to just say, other videos will have more form details, but the slant board, elevating the heels, puts more emphasis on the quad, okay? Which allows more recruitment of those quad muscles to grow them a little bit more than a standard flat ground squat.
Yeah, like the squat Fernando was doing, he's also actually able to hit his quads as hard as I am here. I'm just able to do so. I'm able to hit my legs with less load needed. So the slant is like a tool that's advantageous for developing the legs with less load needed. So you could call me a wuss on the weights, and I would say, you're 100% right. Here we have another awesome lift.
The key is the knees are slightly bent, but locked. They don't keep bending as I go lower. They try to be over the ankle or behind the ankle even, which will emphasize the glutes and lower back more.
And his intention, you can shift your intention a bit, but this is actually the foundation of how we can do a front split for the hamstring. Is we're actually using the weight to stretch the hamstring. So you can develop hamstrings, you can develop flexibility. I'll show you, if you take off 1 plate, I'll actually show you the version that I've done most over these 10 plus years. For me, it's still been barbell that I've done a little bit more than dumbbell. So I'm using this weight, I'm thinking, to stretch my hamstrings, and I'm going up. So is this strength? Is it flexibility? It's a mixture of the 2. Is this capable of producing muscle growth? Yes, but again, 300 plus pounds is gonna be a bit more capable. And then how much calories are we eating? So the same lift could be used for flexibility maintenance, muscle growth.
And the weight is all dependent on your strength level. Because for me, 315, 500, doesn't matter, will create the same tension as he needs at 200 pounds to create that change, okay? So it's not about the weight on the bar, it's about how much strain and tension you're putting on the muscle you're training, okay? So it doesn't matter if it's 5 pounds body weight or 300 plus, okay? And one last key note, the one thing about this exercise, you never round the lower back. Because you are loading heavy, that's why we don't wanna round the low back in this exercise, okay?
I've done a lot like this as well, focusing on maintaining my strength and flexibility. Like you could get some muscle growth as well, even without as much weight, but it's gonna be more advantageous to progressive overload if you want more. But for a lot of people watching this, I mean, look how cool this is with these 2 tools right here. How much flexibility, mobility, strength, joint health, back health, hamstring health that you could do just with some wooden kettlebells at home. That's pretty cool.
You can even get into single leg. There's so many variations where we can really still overload the muscle. Like he said, as long as you're eating enough protein and calories, you will grow. If you're hitting near failure, just shy of failure is usually the signal that's required. Now it's split squats, the number 3 exercise. I love this one because
we can swing around over here.
Because it works the adductors, works the inside of your legs. So now this is going to add overall.
We'll use this front station so he can see it.
Yeah.
Drew can shoot from back here.
Perfect.
This is the one.
You want to use this one?
That Fernando and I both like to do with dumbbells.
Yeah. Yep.
For me, I'm at a point where I'm only once a week using the barbell. Like that's enough stimulus for me to get stronger. And then I'm training about 3 times a week. And the other days I'm loving working on the positioning. Fernando's showing here, you can elevate the front foot. This makes the flexibility easier. Elevating the back foot is gonna make the flexibility the toughest. Flat ground is, for the average person, flat ground is gonna be a fantastic goal without the back knee touching full range of motion. I've actually done this exercise a little bit more than the deep squats. But Fernando, you can comment on which ones you've done more.
Yeah, I personally have done the back squat the most for myself, though I will say this, and this is the truth, that for the next 20, 30 years of my life or more, if I had to choose one, it would be the split squat, because how easy it is to load. If I start to have an issue, I can just drop, and it helps fix imbalances because you're training one leg at a time. So if you're older or getting into training, it's so easy to create adaptation depending on your stretch and strength level, and it's so easy to adjust, okay?
This is a good one. Like my mom has done way more split squats than squats. Fernando's done more squats than split squats. I've done a little bit more split squat, but I'm at a point where I just keep an even ratio.
Yep. Same. I go once per week on both.
Yeah.
I train them hard.
For me, it's like split squat workout. So that'll be today for me. Then today's Tuesday, Thursday, I'll do squat workout. And then Sunday, it's like our competition day, basketball, trying to jump as high as I can. That's like the stimulus. For me, that's like a recipe I could use for life. One split squat workout, one squat workout, and then my fun, use your body, use your ATG body, whether it's playing with your grandkids or going for a hike or going for a bike ride, whatever it may be. Number 4, Fernando's swinging around.
Good old pull-ups. So pull-ups, chin-ups, they're just referring to different hand positions. In the end, it's the same difference. In this case, we're going to talk about the underhanded chin-up or the pull-up because it's going to hit the biceps a little more. We're talking about most bang for your buck muscle growth exercises. So we're not going to get into arm isolations. So I like to do the underhanded chin-up, or as it's called, the pull-up. I train at this point with some weight because that's what my body requires to stimulate a growth signal. So go about shoulder width here, full range of motion, get the chin over the bar.
We'll show you a variety of goals here. For those watching, my primary job is these educational videos, the form videos in the app, obsessing on the programs. Alyssa's primary job is on the business side, and I work my butt off raising those 2 toddlers, but no matter how hard I try, they want mama more than me. So Alyssa will go next, and we'll just show a difference. I'll help her up, and you just fight down a rep. Or you want to try a rep on the bar over there? Here, we'll go over to she's going to try a rep. So Alyssa's lifetime goal is really to maintain the ability to do a pull-up. She had it down pretty easy before the kids, and then each time it's been like, have a kid, rebuild it. So she'll do her best here. Good job, babe. And then control it all the way down until you're hanging and stretching. You can bend your knees a bit. Okay, there you go. So, I think this is fantastic. I absolutely love Alyssa's physique. I wouldn't want her unable to do a chin-up. However, we'll go show mine. If she could do 10 chin-ups, her body would be able to build a bit more muscle. Like, you're not just going to accidentally build a ton of muscle. So it's really cool to see, and I wanted Alyssa in this video to show. Let's look at Fernando's body, my body, Alyssa's body. We're actually doing the same exercises through the week, just at different levels.
Yeah.
So it's often thought of in absolutes, like, this is good for muscle building, that's bad for muscle building. Like, we do the same stuff at different levels. I'll show you my lifetime thing. As long as I live, I want to be able to go all the way up, all the way down, 10 times. If I started adding load like Fernando,
Exactly.
I could build some more. For my goals in basketball, I'm really happy with the size of my body.
Exactly, like for him to grow more muscle mass than he has, or if he wanted to, he would overload this. He would add a little more weight. He would go a little more reps. He would eat more protein and eat more calories. As a basketball
Nice
player,
full
he
range.
wants to stay relatively light, strong, but light upper body
Yeah.
to not add a weight vest when you
And for
jump.
my style of play, tons of different styles.
Correct.
With ATG, you can still build the body you want.
Correct.
We could follow the same programs, but with different intentions.
Right.
Fernando will go to the next example of this.
Dips. So the dip is one of the best pressing movements to grow muscle mass, one of the best compound kind of overall, okay? Because it hits the triceps, it hits the shoulder, it hits the chest, and you can load it relatively easy. Now, Ben's gonna show you another version, whereas if your shoulders are a little fragile,
Alyssa can
or it's a
show
little
here.
bit scary, if you will, you start
This
with
is the
dumbbells.
one Alyssa does the most,
Straight
both
up.
of us.
So even though we're going in different directions, the load is on the same muscle groups, okay? So
And this is gonna shift more. So we're working the back of the arm. This is gonna shift more to the chest. This is gonna stay more in the shoulder. But the concept is the same. We're embracing an amount of range of motion that feels good. We're not arbitrarily stopping short, which is fine and has its own purposes for general health goals and athleticism goals. We like to be mobile. We like to do our strength and our flexibility in harmony. I actually really enjoy dips. I do them in moderation. I like, if you look at the position, my arms are in there. I like to get that nice stretch, because for a maximum jump in basketball, you would be amazed at the flexibility the top jumpers in the world have. But I don't do this with the same intention Fernando does it. I do this for the flexibility effects and a little bit of explosive power, whereas then, like I'll show you, it'll be a little fatigued, but I'll go to failure here overhead. This is the one that I push closer to failure. Here's closer to 60 pounds.
yeah,
For basketball, I do want my shoulders to have a bit more muscle than they have now.
nice.
So you can see
Squeeze.
this right here, I'm telling my body, hey, I want to be able to do more there.
Yeah.
So
That is to failure. Key note is, a lot of times say, oh, I've been doing this for many months or a year and I haven't grown or gotten stronger. There is a key principle in training. You have to push that limit sometimes, okay? So with no pain, safely, but that's why we pick these exercises, because they are easy to, look, he failed, he just doesn't go up and he's done. He knows he's creating an adaptation in these fibers. Now, if he eats enough protein, he's gonna grow a little bit.
the intention, if someone gets one thing out of this video, it's that the movements are their own magic for the body. Your intention has everything to do with how much muscle you'll gain, and that goes into your diet. Like if I'm not eating a lot, my body's gonna think, well, great, just stay
strong,
tight.
profound.
Okay, but now if you're eating more and you're lifting with the intention, body, I want you to be able to do more here. Hopefully that clicks for someone.
Yeah, and she's a perfect example for the female. A lot of females, it's still a thing. Oh, I
Yeah.
don't want to get bulky.
Yeah.
Well, depends on how you eat, depends on your intentions of training.
Intention.
Alyssa's been training for 10 years more, and she's never gotten bulky, so there you go.
Fernando's gonna show us one last exercise, which I don't do in my programs. The 5 squat, deep squat, RDL, deep split squat, pulling, pushing, full range of motion. Those 5 I do every week of my life, some version of those 5. Whereas this one I actually don't do in my programs, but Fernando does this in his physique program. You're kind of combining squatting, deadlifting, takes a bit more time with the technique. Very potent to tell your body, I want more muscle mass.
Yeah.
So if I was like, ever like, you know, I really want to ramp it up even more with my muscle mass, I would hop over on one of the physique programs that has this lift.
Yeah, and so this is like a little ode to Charles Poliquin, okay?
Yep.
This was his favorite, one of his favorite exercises, and it's actually called the snatch podium deadlift. We have just simplified it, the ATG deadlift, because it's an ass to grass deadlift, as you will see.
Snatch is in Olympic weightlifting, this one.
Yep.
So it's a wide grip, so it's a snatch grip, and then podium meaning standing on something. So he's deadlifting, but he's deadlifting with as much range of motion as he can.
Exactly.
You can call these lifts whatever you like to call them. For us, an ATG dumbbell press, an ATG deadlift. It's a quick way, ass to grass. It signifies full range of motion.
Exactly. And this was Poliquin's exercise for a cure for skinny legs, or for chicken legs. He used to say, if you want to cure your chicken legs, do this exercise, because it's essentially a full squat mixed in with an extra bit of posterior chain. So you're allowed to go very heavy on this with good form. You're going to be able to stimulate, like he said, overall signals to your body to grow. Okay?
Yep.
So that's a little bonus. One of my personal favorites, and Charles's. So
Definitely.
we hope that helps.
Oh,
Look.
hello there.
Decided that she wanted us.
Yeah. Hi, darling. Oh, you and Dad?
Yeah, she said.
You and Dad? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're witnessing history. Oh, back. Okay.
You want both?
Oh, both? Oh, wow.
Just smile
That's-
for the camera.
That's how we'll finish this one out. Thanks for all the amazing feedback on these live videos. I personally think this is the future of ATG, just giving you the 100% as honest, accurate, real information as we can. It's tough in this short video world to capture things and really educate, so we will try to keep doing the short videos and keep those as real as we can. But thanks for the amazing feedback on these. Anything you want to add?
No, thank you. Like you said, just to recap, compound movements, full ranges of motion, and proper intent, okay? Achieve failure or just shy, eat enough protein, enough calories, if your goal is to grow.
Yep.
Hope that helps.
And
Thank
you still
for
want to
watching.
be flexible
Right.
and athletic.
It's not at the expense of joint health or at being tight. I can still run and jump, dunk. I'm running as fast as ever, and still do the splits. We both can. So, exactly.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you for watching.
Say bye. Bye. Bye to the camera.